Hello, and welcome to Bandy Presents the Movie Test of Time, a podcast about revisiting our youth through the only medium that matters, the movies. Thanks for joining us. My name is Andy Young, and I'm one of your creepy, chilling hosts. Joining me, as always, is our other creepy and chilling host, Beth Martin. Beth, a pleasure as always. What's the crack?
Not a whole lot. I mean,
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah, shit's fucked right now.
Yeah, it sure is.
Charles had a birthday
Uh-huh.
party. It was quite successful.
Nice.
Uh,
Did he
Most people
get?
left. He got like it was Squishmallows. You guys have Squishmallows?
I don't know. I'm gonna look
It's
him up.
like
This sounds familiar.
like the Moodang plushie that you sent me for
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
birthday that he stole. It's like that, but like it's kind of like Beanie Babies, but they're different sizes. But they
Yes.
come with like a little tag that gives you the name and tells you like this one's a like it's a doctor, a dentist, whatever, but they're animals. I don't
Hmm.
know. But what his friend bought him one that it's kind of like it's so big it's like a beanbag, I swear. So
Hell yeah.
he's just been like rolling around in his undies, like sitting on his giant squishmallow.
Just like melting down into it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Mike's out of town.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to like keep things rolling.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
Did you get jam pizza again? I can't remember. You told me what the
we
food was
did.
going to be. You did.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got so yeah, okay, yeah. We so the pizza was like I want to say it's probably like a meter by a meter, right?
It's huge. It's
It's huge. So
insane.
yeah, we got the giant pizza, always a
It's good. It's good
popular.
pizza
Yeah,
too.
I know, right?
Like this is a
So come
thing.
come to find out, like Mike went to order it, and they were like, "Is this for Charlie's birthday?" And he was like, "Yes." And they were like, "Our son Matthew's coming," and like, so they own the pizza restaurant. So
Ah, that rocks.
I know. So now we
Uh,
know
now you
someone who
know.
owns a pizza restaurant. I'm
It's
very
hot.
excited about that.
It's valuable, valuable information.
I know. I
Um,
needed to tell you.
I love it. Yeah, no, it was really good pizza. Like, because I was like, I saw the size of that pizza and I was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
the quality must suffer a wee bit, but it was actually really
Mm-mm.
tasty. And a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good cheese
yeah.
pizza is hard to beat.
It's true.
Um,
What's crack with you?
so as I say, I'm still in the austerity autumn. That's my life right now. I did go to the north coast of Northern Ireland. My girlfriend was doing a race.
Like a
Uh,
running race?
yeah. So I think I told you
Okay.
before she broke her shoulder not so long ago, and
Hmm.
she was on course to do the marathon, but she ended up doing the 10K instead. But still grueling. It was. So do you remember I did last year? I did a
Yes.
hike.
Yes.
It was
Like
broadly
a
this.
30
Sorry,
mile hike or whatever.
it was
30,
the marathon
it's a
hike. So
lot
it was
of.
what 24 point something something,
Okay.
whatever a marathon is.
Yep. Yep.
It was a marathon hike, but so it was broadly the same course that I was doing. So like it's a
Mhm.
lot of cliff paths, it's a lot of like undulating, like kind of up and down. So it's like not like a flat 10K or a flat marathon or any of those things. So a challenging event. But it's like
Totally.
it sounds like it was pretty organized. And I think that's so it's really surprising to me, and it's something that I have been noticing a lot in terms of like how much people can get away with like on big scale events just being completely fucking useless and incompetent. Like
Yep.
their capacity for replying to people, and people travel for these events, like they travel from other countries that like they had a because people injure themselves and can't do this stuff, and they have a deferral scheme. Now they won't reply to emails for a month or two at a time. But then whenever they get back to the people who want deferrals, they're like, you need an answer by the end you need to give us an answer by the end of the day. And I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. If you like, give people a week, this is completely ridiculous. So, there's so much chaos in terms of like getting people to the starting lines in time, and all this, but they did have like a fancy beer sponsorship with their, the name of the organizers on the beer cans and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Wow.
get the
That's where
fucking
they put their energy.
yeah. but it's all too often. It's such fucking grandstanding bullshit. It's like, let's not too worry too much about the nuts and bolts and getting those right. Let's get a fancy beer collab. I think it's just all about profit at the end of the day, really, isn't it? But
Well, I
it's
think part of it
just,
too is like you've run something before, right?
yeah.
Like you put together the choir, you know how to run something. And so then when you're like at an event and you're like, oh, you just notice things differently.
I think it's, you know what, it's one of these things because like we have talked about putting on events and stuff like that. And like I would do it well. It would stress the fucking shit out of me, but I would do a good job because I would like mainly
Yeah.
because I would feel so guilty if I
Yeah.
didn't do the stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
when I didn't reply back to emails on the choir inbox for like a week, it would be eating away at me, you know. But that's about as long as it would get, you know. Anyway, so yeah, it's just something I've noticed, and as I say, it's always quite surprising to me that a lot of the kind of a lot of these big events are quite poorly put together, but still operate, you know,
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
function and people still go and they make money from them, you know?
Yeah. And I guess like that's maybe a lesson to us is like just do the bare minimum.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean,
And
we're
maybe beer will be involved.
yeah, it's true. We're right there anyway, aren't we? Um, I've been playing. I also have been playing a little bit more Dungeons and Dragons, which has been fun. Um, I'm really quite excited about what's coming up soon for them, but because there's like a race of creatures in D&D called bullywogs, and bullywogs are essentially like humanoid frogs.
Okay.
And there's like a royal court type thing sort of set up for these creatures, and it rocks, and there's like a whole sort of like overthrowing the king sort of thing going on. I'm so excited to see what direction they go in because like they continue to surprise me like in both good and horrifying ways. You know, they got mugged recently by these Harngons, which are like rabbit people, and essentially ended
Uh-huh.
up just destroying, just hacking them to pieces. Um, but yeah, it was very entertaining and always good fun to play in that world. I really, really love going back to it, and yeah, it's yeah, I love D&D. I've said it before, but yeah, it's still great fun.
Good. I'm glad
Uh,
you guys are still doing that and you're running it well, Andy. Good job.
Thanks. I hope so. The one thing, and you know, this is going to date when we're actually recording this, but a piece of news in case you didn't know is that Slow Horses next season starting today.
Today. Okay, Mike's
Today.
out of town till Friday.
I mean,
Is it like do they release them all at once or is that
no,
like it's like once a week?
yeah.
I gotta wait. I gotta wait. I gotta
Yeah,
wait.
so they're only 6 episode seasons, so you know you don't have to wait too long. But just
Yeah.
I thought there's a good chance you wouldn't know one, so I should let you
I
know.
did not know that. No, I've been watching The Sopranos because like when I get desperate, I'm just like, all right, this will
Where?
always entertaining, always like rewatch if you stuck. But I'm also watching we had the Emmys here.
Yeah,
So and Noah White, I'm probably gonna say his name wrong.
Noah Wiley.
Wiley, he
Oh,
won Best
uh
Actor
oh, for what?
for this is show called The Pit, and it's just
Oh
like it
yeah.
okay, so it takes place in it like it's kind of like that concept where it's like like every episode is like an hour
Mm-hmm.
of the day
Mm-hmm.
that they're going through, and it's just so it's really quite good. And I don't really get into like hospital dramas very much. Like I was never into Grey's Anatomy or like whatever.
Did you watch ER back in the day?
I mean, yeah, like when
Okay.
George Clooney was on it
Yeah,
a little bit. Um, I think that's kind of like what brought him back into like everyone's
I think so.
peripheral vision, you know? And then he got famous or more
He
famous
did.
and yeah, and then quit. God damn it.
Yeah.
So I'm really it's worth watching, I would say. If you're
Yeah.
like just need something, highly
Okay.
recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No,
okay.
I'm still like slowly making my way through Andor season 2, which I am enjoying. I just don't have a ton of sit down and watch TV time at the minute,
Yeah,
but
it's okay.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm really still enjoying Alien Earth, and it's finishing. It's I think the last episode is out now, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Um, Oh, I had something else there. It'll may come to me as we go on.
That's okay. I have a question.
Okay.
What's that podcast that you listen to? Lonely Earth, something. No, what is it? With like the three comedians or
Oh, how
something?
did this get made? Or
No, something else. And I was like, I'm looking for a good podcast right now.
what is it? What is it
Lonely,
about?
I can't remember, but you're like, oh, you should listen. Like, you should totally. I have it written on some piece of paper that I recycled, but I've written it down like three times, and you've been like, you should totally watch it or listen.
Like the ones that I like are like Blank Check,
Maybe
Doughboys. Oh wait, is it maybe the Lonely Island one podcast?
the what?
The Lonely Island podcast?
Yes, Lonely Island. That's
Yes.
it. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
definitely check it out. It's real good. I'm really loving it at the minute.
I'm writing in Sharpie on my arm.
Okay, great. And of course, your that's I remember what it is I was going to ask. So and of
Yeah.
course your inaugural run of Shogun's going well.
Mm.
Well.
I can't lie to you, Auntie.
I know, it's
I'm not
fine.
watching
It's okay, it's
anything.
okay.
I can't.
I knew you had.
Is it Apple? Is it on Apple
It's
TV?
on Disney.
Oh, well, I had to cancel them this week, so
Okay,
no.
that's fair. That's fair. That's
Uh-huh.
fair. Yep, that's very fair. I also
Fighting the
did that
man.
also
Fighting the
did
man.
dates where we're at. I wonder will this still be in the news by the time?
Probably. This is going to be in the news for at least like a month.
I think so. It's probably going to do wonders for Jimmy Kimmel's viewing figures, I would guess, as well.
So I watched, okay, let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay, so let's get
So
into it.
he was what, put on hold indefinitely? What
Yes,
did they say?
between the last recording and this recording,
Yes.
because like I literally later on that evening, Beth messaged me to say it had happened, and I
Yes.
was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the First Amendment of the Constitution allows for free speech, and it's like this whole mess with Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated,
Hmm.
and Jimmy Kimmel, who made a comment, not even about him, but
No,
about the people that are,
about the media circus that kind of not just the media
yeah,
circus, but the circus that is surrounding
the
what
the
happened
political
there.
push and
Yeah,
pull where they're trying to like blame one side versus the other side.
yeah.
And because of that, ABC and that so we have something called the FCC, which is the Federal Control Commission,
Hmm.
and you get a special license through them. And
Hmm.
that license, I don't know what the point of the license is, honestly, because it basically gives you all these rules of things you can't do.
Interesting.
So not everyone, but I think it allows you to be on more stations and have more coverage.
Yeah.
So ABC, which also owns Disney, put him on hold indefinite, air quotes indefinitely. Um, but it's like, I don't know, in America, once you start messing with like our humor and our comedians at that level, like people freaked the fuck out
Yeah.
on both sides, right?
Yeah.
So there was a big call to cancel like Hulu and Disney and anything that ABC owns. And we did it. I told the kids, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna have this back, but I'm canceling
Yep.
it because they were like, why? And I was like, because of the president. And they were like, well, good.
Yeah.
We don't need it back ever. And I was like, that's my little Rebel Alliance
Yeah.
building. So he was allowed back on, it was weird. Like he made no comment. Jimmy Kimmel
Yeah.
made no comment, which for him is weird. And he was, meeting with lawyers and meeting with ABC. And this boycott, I think they lost
They lost a
five
part
bill, like
five, yeah,
$5 billion.
on their market
Um,
cap, yeah, which
yep.
is no joke.
Yep. So, power of the people, power of the money, or the lack thereof, really made a difference, I
Yeah.
think. So I was watching right before I was getting ready to come talk to you. I was watching his show from last night. He's back on, and the point he did make was that Trump has increased his ratings,
Yep.
by a substantial amount. But it's like Portland, Oregon doesn't get to watch live Jimmy Kimmel, which is weird to me. And like Seattle, like places, so 20% of the country now, there are two different. Um,
Like affiliates, isn't it? Isn't that what they're called?
yeah, yep, yep, and they're boycotting Jimmy Kimmel show. So they're I don't know what other content they're putting in, but I'm sure it's not quite as interesting.
I bet you
And
it's not.
he was like, if if you can't see me there, just find me on YouTube. It's
Yeah,
like, so what's starting to happen is that um all of these affiliates and networks are realizing that, we will find a way.
yeah, yeah.
We
I
will
love
find
it.
a way. Yeah. So
Yeah, as you should
I
do.
don't know. I know. Yeah, it's just really upsetting. It's just upsetting.
It is. It is. It is. And there's so much upset to go around these
It's
days.
like every day, like,
Yeah.
you think this is going to be like the top headline, and like this isn't the top headline of today because someone just shot up an ICE facility in
Yeah.
Dallas, right? And I can't keep up.
I know.
I am, but
Yeah.
like, and I do care, but it's just like, it's just a weird place to be right
It really
now.
is. There's
But
others
no one can cancel us.
straight. Damn
Ah,
right, because very few people know we exist.
that's exactly right, Andy.
So yeah.
Ah,
Haha. Yeah,
ah.
there's other things going on that I was gonna touch on, but I don't think there's value in it. So but
Okay.
yeah, I don't think we want to get too political. Anyway, so we get
I'm
on
going
to
there
oh
now.
yeah.
I'm going there because I can't not at this
No, I
point.
think this is a good one, and it's also relating to right one of our colleagues. He's also in the entertainment industry, like we
Yes,
are, right?
yes.
So
Our
it
friend
is
Jimmy.
our friend Jimmy. So it is particularly pertinent to us, I think. Anyway, do you have any what's occurring for us?
I do.
Okay.
So our top fan
Yeah.
sent me a message, and good good feedback as we're watching and rewatching a lot of these films, and we're like, what looks, it doesn't quite look as good, or like, making, you know but he's also watched the ILM season, I think at
Uh-huh.
least the first one. But I guess that, like, and I didn't even think of this. So the when they're filming for a big screen, right, there's a different aspect ratio
Yes.
than there is on TV. So what looks great on the big screen may not look as great on your television.
Hmm.
So like DVDs, or like, home box office. And so, like, it messes with how the effects are shown. So like things like Superman or Raiders, or all of those movies. And I guess he was showing his kids, I don't know, like Temple of Doom, and they were just like laughing at how bad some of it looked.
Hmm.
Which, and I'm thinking of the scene where they're like falling out of the plane in the blow up boat, right?
Oh
And then
yeah.
they're in the snow, and then they're not in the snow anymore. They're going falling down into the deep deep cliff or whatever, into the water. And I'm like, yeah, that probably, oh, the kids would laugh at that too. So
Straight.
fair point. Fair point.
I find it very realistic. I don't know what he's talking about. It seems like a very reasonable way to escape a plane. So we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
What happened to the chickens on that plane?
Yeah, exactly. Well, they can fly for it, kind of.
It's true,
They
kind
can
of.
glide at least. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, love it. Yeah, you know what's interesting, with Temple of Doom, like, because I watched them all not so long ago, and like the first like 10, 15 minutes are all, like in the nightclub and stuff like that are so much
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the film is like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not good. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy it, but like
Yeah.
compared to the others, well, of the original trilogy,
Yeah.
it's not there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um, okay. So we get on
I
to
ha
our, sorry, do you have more?
I have a clarification station.
Okay.
So we were talking about like how you pronounce police.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
It's police.
Yeah. Wait.
So I don't know what you said before, but
Okay.
you're wrong.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. Oh, this is from him. This is from our fan. Okay.
Police is pronounced like police, like as in Edgar Allan. I was like, okay.
I see. I didn't hit the po hard enough. Okay.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-uh,
Okay. Okay. I understand.
uh-uh,
Okay. I got
uh-uh.
it. All right. Okay. I'll know for next time. I am
Yep. 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 Yep.
a fair weather Scot. I have
Right.
a Scottish second name and hair coloring, but that's as far as it goes.
Right.
Um, and I have a kilt, kind of. But
You
I'll be.
do.
I
You
do have a
do.
kilt, Rob, but this guy, he'll hit me with the technicality. It's not a real kilt, etc., etc.
Because it doesn't
Uh,
have a tartan, but it can
exactly.
hold 30 beers. Come on.
Exactly. And I think that outweighs the tartness of it.
Yeah.
That also makes it pretty Scottish.
Right?
Anything that can hold 30 beers, come
Even
on.
more.
You have to admit that makes it pretty Scottish. And Irish for that matter. All right. Anyway, shall we move on to our
Yes.
um oh no, our subject.
Our topic, our
What is that called?
subject.
Our topic, our subject
Okay. The movie is Arachnophobia.
in the movie testing time.
And I have to ask you, are you afraid of spiders?
Kind of.
Really?
Like I wouldn't pick them up, you know,
Huh.
but I wouldn't like see one and need to run away from it. And I would be okay to like, you know, put one under a glass, slide a piece of paper under it, take it outside. But I don't, I find them kind of creepy, but I'm not like scared of them.
Okay.
What about you?
Not really. Like,
Could you pick one up in your hand?
yeah.
Yeah. No,
Like
I don't.
I would hold a tarantula and be like, "What's up, baby girl?" Like,
Yeah, I'd struggle with that.
yeah,
The thought of
no.
that makes my skin crawl a wee bit.
Oh no, yeah.
Like
No.
I
I
still have,
really no. I'm like I would have one as a pet.
I wonder if I still have a photo. I mean, like it's a different thing, obviously, but um, whenever I was a kid and we went to Florida, we went to it's like Gatorland Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know it? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. I
And
do.
you
There's
could
like
get
4,000 gatorlands.
oh yeah, this is the thing. This was like a really big one, but I don't know. Like anyway, there was a photo of me holding a baby alligator with a snake around my neck, and I still remember the texture of them both and being like,
This is not a good idea.
and like the picture of me is like, my face is so fearful, and I'm like sweating buckets, you know. But good times.
Yeah.
Um. But yeah, so yeah, you know, not crazy with spiders, but not as scared of spiders as our protagonist in Arachnophobia, Jeff Daniels.
Yes. Yes. He was quite afraid, which I think was a really good like so I was reading okay, let me just get the synopsis.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so if for those of you who haven't seen this movie,
Yeah.
which is probably no one, a new species of South American killer spider hitches a lift to California in a coffin and starts to breed, leaving a trail of death that puzzle and terrify young Dr. Ross Jennings, who has newly arrived in the town with his family. I would classify this as a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it came out in 1990.
It's it's yeah, it is such an interesting blend of stuff. Like, because you know, going into it, I was like horror comedy. I was like, okay, is it much of a comedy? But it is funnier than I had remembered, and you know, it's certainly like you know, John Goodman's character, for example, is
Oh
pure
my God. Oh
comedy
my
relief.
God. Oh my God. Oh my
So
God.
so good to see him. Like, I realized
Du,
you're like,
du, du,
yes,
du, du.
with his like theme music and everything. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck,
Yeah.
yes,
It was
Goodman's
like
here.
it honestly, okay, this I think this is like one of my like feel good movies.
Hmm.
Like
Do
like you
you
just want to just watch something that makes you feel good. Like for me, this is one of those movies.
had you so you would go back to this fairly
Yes.
regularly?
Yeah,
Because
I had it on like VHS and like yeah, I would.
fascinating.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I don't think I have seen it since the first time I saw it, which was maybe in the movies, but probably at home.
I think I probably like saw it like 30 times.
Wow.
Yeah. Like to the
Yeah.
point where like I was like quoting it in my own head and like, the way that certain people like Julian Sands would like say things like, you know, I have feelings about
Um,
like, I think I've discovered a new breed of butterfly. I'll call it Protosimoniae. And I was like, how do you just pull Latin out of your ass like that, Julian Sands? Whatever.
and he makes it sound really good. Like he's such
Hmm.
a sort of effective, like cause like he was, you know, for the longest time, it was basically people with foreign accents, especially English accents for actual bad guys. And like I know Julian Sands was like pretty evil and he was like a bad guy in lots of things.
Hmm.
But he is like quite, but I think it is such a like. I don't think it works as effectively these days, but like such an effective hack of making somebody sound intelligent is to give them
Yes.
like a
Yes.
sort of like English accent or
Yes.
back then, you know.
Yes. And like
Um,
I don't I guess like he got sort of like the researcher, faculty member attitude
yeah,
like down pretty well because a lot of them just, you know, think they know everything.
yeah. He did, and I think yeah, he's got like such a like wild look. Like, I mean, he is, very kind of handsome for sure, long
Hmm.
flowing blonde hair, but also like kind of terrifying and creepy at the same time. Like he
Hmm.
holds both those things.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
um, but I'm getting into the weeds with Julian Sands here. Um,
We'll talk more about him.
we'll talk. I'm sure we'll talk more about it as we go on. So like whenever it started and it came up, Frank Marshall. It's like, oh, Frank Marshall. Oh,
I
good.
love Frank. I know. I was like, whoa, Frank
We're in
Marshall.
we're in safe hands. And then like I was like, okay, wait a minute. He hasn't really directed that many things. Like he's directed very little. He is more of a
He's a
producer and an
he's a
executive producer.
he's like mega producer.
Yeah, he's a mega. And again, I don't think I maybe did, but it's maybe like escaped my brain. But him and Kathleen Kennedy are married, so they're like
Hmm.
a producing power couple, I guess, and have
Yes,
been
they
for many,
are.
many years. But like, but he has directed a handful of stuff. And like one in particular that I was like, yeah, this is one that's probably going to crop up on our watch list eventually, which is Congo.
Yes. Yes.
But like, again, I was kind of like, and I think that he did a good job here. Like, I think that the film's well put together, it's well shot. I don't think it's like, well, it deals with like the horror stuff quite well with the like, the Dutch angles and stuff like that in sort of cool
Hmm.
ways, especially as it gets to the end and they're like, the stakes are set up and there's the final kind of showdown thing.
Yeah.
Because like he does have a difficult task in that a lot of these things are like these they're tiny wee
Spiders.
house spiders.
Yeah.
And like there is the big mama spider, but like by and large, you know, that's what you're dealing with, and it's hard to make them super scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I think he does a really good job considering that. But yeah, it's in as I say, I think when I first saw his name, I was also thinking of Darabont, maybe Frank Darabont as well, maybe, which is one of the reasons why I was like, "Ooh, okay."
I thought that Frank Marshall and Penny Marshall, who was in like Laverne and Shirley and was also a famous director for
Uh-huh.
her whole life, I thought they were brother and sister, but I don't think that's true. At least
Uh,
not based on my Google like quick surreptitious Google search.
and him and who? Sorry,
Penny Marshall. Did you guys ever get Laverne and Shirley
no,
over
but I know who
there?
Penny
Okay.
Marshall is because she had like a
Okay.
pretty substantial movie directing career as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
interesting. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're right. Um,
Really?
no, 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 no,
I'm
no, no,
never
no,
right.
no, no. Sorry, you're not about them being brother and sister. Um,
But they share a last name.
they do, they do, they do. It's like, yeah, we did get Laverne and Shirley. Sorry, by the way, I just got like, sorry, I got sidetracked there. Very professional on the podcast. Um,
Okay.
I we did get Laverne and Shirley. I remember the opening credits music and them on the factory line, putting the glove on the factory line and going
Yep.
around.
Yep. Yep. That's like one of my favorite parts of Wayne's World. And they're like going
Yes.
to see Alice Cooper, but then they're like, oh, we got to stop at the factory. And they're
Yeah.
like doing the whole of Vern and Shirley. And then they're like, what are we doing? We have to go see Alice
Yeah.
Cooper. And then,
I
like, yeah,
I have to wonder, anybody who watches that film now and you're like, what the fuck is happening? Why is this? Why are they doing this?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, great joke at the time though. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so definitely, no, we definitely had Laverne and Shirley, and as I say, I'm aware of like other, Penny Marshall's other stuff. But yeah, definitely very, very, very sidetracked. But Frank Marshall, yeah, he did a good job, and he has a few films under his belt. Congo, as I say, I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
Yep, yep. I'll add it to the list.
Do.
So, uh, the writers, there were like two. and I guess it was like so the main writer's name is Wesley Strick. He directed like or he wrote Cape Fear.
Okay.
But not like I don't know if he like I don't know what happened, but not a lot of other stuff. Sorry, it's doing really well today. But
Hmm.
Frank Marshall meant for the film to be like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds,
Hmm.
and added that people like to be scared but laughing like a roller coaster. No one wants to be terrified. So he also made the spider scare like more convincing by putting them into the same shot as the actors as much as possible. So you'll notice when you watch it, like it's them and the spider in the same shot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I hadn't actually noticed that. That is
Yeah.
quite good. I suppose that is one way because, as I say, it is kind of challenging, kind of trying to figure that out.
Yeah. And it went under, a whole bunch of rewrites and Jeff Daniels like wasn't particularly excited about it. It was pretty like cookie cutter.
Yep.
But then they added the John Goodman character and they decided to make the Jeff Daniels character Dr. Jennings afraid of spiders. And then
Nice.
because of those two things, like it all came together in a very different way. So good job. Good
Good
job,
job
all the
indeed.
writers. Good job, Frank.
Hooray for writers, I say.
Right, I know.
Yeah, like, and I think that it does, like, you know, it's 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 slow starting, but I quite like that. It's nice to spend time, like, because it's such a, you know, well, I hate saying cliche, but like, the whole sort of like small town sort of thing. But
Yeah.
it's an easy sort of device to like keep people in an area and to like, add stakes, but like it's still spend some time getting to know some of the characters, getting to know their motivations, their setup and things like that. I, really like early on with them taking his bottle of wine, his wine bottles out, and then going like that. And he's looking at this, careful with this when he goes, "Oh, it must be good." And he goes, "Oh, it's too expensive to drink,"
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love the setup for this. I love where this is going. I know where it's going. And he's gonna have a fight in that wine cellar.
Yeah.
But yeah, and but it just takes its time. I think there are like so many like wonderful character actors. I had meant to look their names up,
I
but like
agree. I
the
would say like more than most films I've ever seen.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like the Mortician and
Yes.
the guy who
It
I was like, is that Meatloaf? Whenever I saw
I
the
did
guy,
too. I Googled it. I was like, is that Meatloaf?
yeah,
It's some other character actor that looks just like
he
Meatloaf.
does, he does. And it was like lots of and other ones, and obviously Julian Sands and things like that. So you got like all
Hmm.
these, and obviously Goodman as well, in like a
Yeah.
very major way, but
Yeah.
also like the actress that plays so basically the setup is Jeff Daniels' character and his family are moving to this town to replace the retiring doctor, and um the retiring doctor decides he's not going to retire, but his wife is also an actress that you see in everything back
Everything.
then.
Everything. Yes.
Just one of those faces that's just like, again, it was just so great. It's one of the things I really do love about revisiting something I haven't seen in a long time, going, oh, that person, that person, that person. And either they've went on to having a big career, or I maybe didn't have the context for them at the time.
Hmm. Yeah, I think she played the grandma in Happy Gilmore.
She does play the grandma and Happy Gilmore. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
guessing she's probably not alive anymore, but yeah,
I
she's
think you're
like you
probably
see her and you're just like, oh yeah, she's been in like everything I've ever seen ever. I really, really, really like the character development with this. I cared
hmm
about every character, so like there are a lot of movies and like someone dies and you're just like whatever, but like every single character that passed away, you're just like, oh,
Yeah,
like no,
yeah, it's
they were
true.
watching Wheel of Fortune and like, you know, they did a real, even like the sheriff who's like bothering him and like Mr. Yale grad and like making fun of him for where he went to school and you know, and Margaret who's like ripping up the ticket on his
Yes.
car and she's like, this is what you actually get is your ticker tape parade, which is like a thing we do here where everyone
Yeah.
like, you drive down the street, everyone throws confetti at you. Um, So yeah, I thought it was like in terms of like a real town, it was like super believable and I cared about the characters.
Very much so. No, I love it.
Mhm.
Hold on.
Are you trying to find her?
No, I have found her, and I'm just looking at it, and it says that Brandy's in this. Do you know the singer Brandy?
Brandy's not in it.
I don't think so either.
She,
Uh,
she would have been like if this was 1990, she's like our age, so she would have been
I mean, she
in
could have
her
been in it. She could have been a kid in it,
teens.
but like
I mean, maybe
I find it unlikely.
like
I,
at like
I'm
at the party at Margaret's house or whatever. It's
maybe
possible.
it is possible. There you go.
Huh.
I mean, like it may not be true. It's of course. Wait a minute. It's probably AI provided, so it has to be true. So
Right.
we don't need to
Right.
double check this. It's definitely
Okay.
true.
Okay.
Um. The music was done by somebody called Trevor Jones, somebody I hadn't heard of, but looked into him and I was like, oh shit, okay, like he has dropped some and very, very interesting soundtracks and a lot of very cool movies like Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, Last of the Mohicans,
Oh my God. Last
right?
Mohicans.
Hmm.
It's like what I literally I love that soundtrack so much.
Um, I know it's a good one. So like I'm like, wow, he's one of these guys that has worked, like he has done so much and he's done so many films. But looking through and I was going, and like there was like, named ones like those also like Mississippi Burning in the Name of the Father, Excalibur,
Wow.
things like that.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh, great, great examples, and I think great music on a lot of those films. And then I was like, wait a minute, he did Cliffhanger, and I'm like, oh, his magnum opus as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God. I'm writing these down.
Fucking love that movie. They've been trying to do like a cliffhanger remake for years now, and it just doesn't seem
Uh-huh.
to be able to get off the
Uh-huh.
ground.
You
But I
can't
that
do it without Sylvester
well,
Stallone.
this is true. It was such a yeah. We need to write that. We need to write all of those movies down, but especially Cliffhanger. I haven't watched. I have such a clear memory of seeing that in the cinema and how much I enjoyed it. Like it was just. I don't know. I don't know why it worked so well for me. I think it was maybe post Demolition Man, so I was in such a like
Mm-hmm.
sly kick at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sold his house to like Adele, I think, in LA.
Okay.
And he was like, the only thing you can't do is he had like a Rocky statue of himself. And he was like, you can't take that down. And she was like, I would never. And anyways,
So
uh,
so Demolition Man and
I liked the
Cliffhanger,
music a lot,
yeah, it was
actually.
really fantastic.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, Demolition Man and Cliffhanger came out in the same year. What a year! What a year for movies,
My
right?
God,
Anyway,
really?
yeah, right.
Amazing.
But yes, music was great in this and worked well. I also really loved there was like a song. I couldn't find the name of the band in my cursory glance, but like there's a song that plays over the end credits, and it's just about creepy crawlies and stuff like that. And
Yes,
it's like I
yes.
miss a movie having a song that is about the subject of of the film. It's like clearly this has been written for the film.
Mhm,
It's like do something about spiders, I guess. It's like okay,
mhm.
perfect, we're
Yep,
on it.
yep.
I really do miss that. So it was fun.
Did you watch Venom?
Yes, I saw the first one and the second one actually, for that matter.
Okay. They got Eminem to like rap about
Oh yeah, yeah.
Venom, and I was like, how in the hell did they do that? And I don't know.
Here's a colossal suitcase of cash, Eminem. He's like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe just like likes the comics. I don't know.
I think it was probably more the colossal suitcase of cash, I would guess, is because
Probably.
like that was a big deal for Sony because
That
they
is how
were,
you transfer money around here, so.
yeah, exactly, yeah. It's a handcuff to somebody's wrist. Uh, but yeah, I suspect because like I know for Sony that was such a uh, um important movie for like because they were trying to launch their own MCU, so they probably threw
Hmm.
a shitload of money at
Everything.
it. Yeah,
Everything. Okay, so can we talk about John Goodman?
yeah, of course.
So he is like the town exterminator,
Hmm.
and he's also like the comic relief
Yeah.
to keep things a little lighter and funnier. But there's this quote that he says that I use literally like probably I use this as like anytime something's broken and needs fixing, I use this quote.
Hmm.
And like they realize that the Jennings family, they realize like their house is like falling apart. And so he comes, he thinks that, he's trying to like find termites. And it's like the funniest seeing him like walking around like in the basement, like trying to listen for termites or whatever. Um, and he's like, go figure, I don't know what's wrong. And she's like, well, why is wood all the wood rotting? And he's like, I'll tell you why. Bad wood. And she says, so what do we do? And he says, you tear up bad wood, put in good wood. I was like, I love that. So like anytime something needs to happen, Mike's like, how do we fix it? I'm like, you take out bad wood, you put in good wood. He's like, uh-huh.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah. So now I'm just letting everyone know it's a good quote. You can use very applicable to lots of different situations.
I liked my favorite bit of his. Well, I mean, I think he was great throughout, and whenever he's like just like shooting spiders like out the back porch and
Yeah.
stands on one of them.
Yes. Like he's like a gunslinger.
Oh, so good. And then he kind of walks away like a cowboy. I
Yeah.
mean, it's also good. But
Yeah.
it's whenever he later on in the film is introduced to Julian Sands. So Julian Sands' character is a professor who studies spiders, and travels the world for spiders. He walks right up to him, shakes his hand, and goes, "Always nice to meet a colleague."
Always nice to meet
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
a colleague.
It's so funny. Uh,
Agreed. That one
so
hit my funny bone too.
so good. So good. Um
I
yeah,
thought like favorite actor wise, like I just liked all of them. I thought like I had no complaints about the cast, really.
it really made me think a lot about like Jeff Daniels' career. And he's had a great career, but like
Hmm.
he's like, you know, I feel like he became like an old man. Maybe I missed his early stuff, and maybe there's a whole period of his films that I just was not kind of aware of. But like he seemed like he's a handsome guy, like who could have been like an enormous sort of main leading star because he's charismatic and
Very.
but like he like like in Speed essentially, which is only a couple of years later, he's like the old fucking hand, you
Yeah.
know. And I'm like,
Retiring.
yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's it's so interesting because, and I feel like he quickly became that, like that kind of like the older guy, that not the lead actor, but like
Hmm.
the second or third sort of
Hmm.
build sort of person, and it's interesting.
And I think this came out before Dumb and Dumber,
Oh yeah,
and I think that like revitalized that sort of younger side of him
yeah,
and Dumb and Dumberer.
yeah,
But then yeah, it's like then he kind of went back. Like he just did there was that mini series of a Tim Robbins book called A Man in Full, and he's playing, yeah, like I agree with you. Like he he went from a young leading man to like an old, yeah.
yeah, like pretty
Third
quickly.
tier, yeah. You're not wrong. It's an astute observation, Andy.
Thanks, thank you.
Um you're welcome. So okay, so for anyone that was worried about the spiders and their safety,
Hmm. I was.
uh they took such good care of these spiders filming this movie. It's crazy. Like uh the safety was like paramount through the entire production. So like there's one scene where John Goodman had to like spray a spider with insecticide and then squash it with his boot.
Hmm.
And they like found a dummy spider that was sprayed. He had special boots with a hollowed out sole so that when he stepped on the spider, it didn't squash it, and then
Very
it would just curl
interesting.
up inside and wait for the next take.
Amazing.
I know. And like like a book fell and like the kids stepped on the book and you're like, yeah, they got another spider, but they like hollowed the book out. So when they dropped the book, then the spider just like sat there and waited.
That's even more impressive when you consider like how careless they are with like larger animals in a lot of movies. I mean, especially for
Yes.
the age of this movie, what,
Yes.
35 years old?
Right. And like
Wild.
I read yesterday that Tom Holland, who's filming like Spider-Man
Yeah.
Far From Home, No Way Home, Going Home, It's Home Time,
Yes,
whatever.
yeah.
Like he just went to the hospital for a concussion.
Yeah.
But the spiders in Arachnophobia, they were all fine.
They can just fling Tom Holland around these days and who cares?
I know, right? So the spiders that they used,
Uh-huh.
they're called Avondale spiders. I'm not going to say the Latin name because someone will make fun of me. So it's a
Sure.
harmless species of New Zealand from New Zealand that were provided by Landcare Research in Auckland. And despite their fierce appearance, the spider is a docile member of a crab spider family, and it is in fact harmless to humans. They were
Okay.
not allowed back in New Zealand for quarantine reasons, so they kept them here. And
Mm-hmm.
then the giant spider that they use, like the Mega Kabuteria spider or whatever. I don't know if you ever
Mm-hmm.
watched Digimon, the cartoon, but
Oh, I
so
didn't.
okay. That's your loss. That's fine. So,
Yeah.
so it's a species of bird-eating tarantula. Like it's so
Okay.
fucking big, it can eat a
Yep.
bird, which I thought was fun, and you would love that. It can attain a leg span of 8 inches or more. These types of tarantulas are not easy to handle and can give a nasty bite. The
Okay.
spiders in the film are managed and handled by a famed entomologist named Stephen R. Kutcher. I didn't go down the Stephen R. Kutcher rabbit hole, but I'm sure he is very famed and handles spiders.
Um, yeah, no, I think I'm sure I've talked on the show before about the huntsman spiders that we encountered in Australia, and they would take down birds and things like that, and they were big motherfuckers, but they weren't interested in humans. They were just humans were
Yeah,
too big and scary for them.
yeah.
But they
So they
were
called this spider's nickname was Big Bob.
big Bob. I love it. It's the color of it as well. Like, I mean, at least with a huntsman, it was like a little bit more colorful. It was like, browny, sort of like, obviously to match the surroundings in Australia. But yeah, this bit like a big black spider is like super creepy.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. This was a fact that I really enjoyed. So,
Hmm.
researchers at the University of California, Riverside named a newly discovered worm species after Jeff Daniels' role in the movie. So, the worm is the Tarantobellus Jeff Danielsi.
Oh
It's the
wow,
only one of two known worms known to infect tarantulas.
fascinating,
I know! Yay, cool scientists
amazing, and so
who also are into movies like this.
yeah, exactly, yeah, 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 yeah.
Like, dude, I got a good idea. What's your idea? Let's name after Jeff Daniels from Arachnophobia. Okay.
Why I love it. I mean, and that's it. I mean, like, I wonder how he feels about that.
Yeah. You know, that would if it were me, that would probably be like a crowning achievement, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if anyone wants to discover something and name it after Bendy,
yeah.
let us know and we'll absolutely say yes. And you can give us a suitcase full of money.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that. You can do both those things. And
Yep.
like, regardless of how gross it is, actually, probably the grosser the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. We're on
Yep.
the same page. Um, okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I think, we've talked a little bit, like, I say, Goodman all
Hmm.
day. Is there anything he's bad in? I don't think so. It's whenever he turns up, you're like, yes, fuck yes.
Yeah.
It's John Goodman. I was so happy.
Yeah.
He's just incredible. It's interesting because I was hearing again, I was another movie podcast I listened to has been going through the Coen Brothers movies, and he appears in a lot of them. And they were talking about Goodman being interviewed, and he's like so self-depreciating in terms of like he is deeply unhappy with nearly all of his performances, and it's like I struggle to think of anybody who turns up more consistently than John Goodman. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he is. I can't think of anything he's been bad in.
No, I can't
Um,
either.
so like it's but so he's just it's such a shot in the arm to that film, and like I think it's good. Like I enjoyed it overall, but I think he really elevates it for me. And as soon as he comes into it, it's like
Yep.
yes, I'm so
Yep.
happy.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, and I can say Julian Sand's great, and I think that Jeff Daniels is also really fantastic. I mean, just like we're saying as well, so many like fun character actors as well, doing great
Yeah.
stuff. Like that, the actor who plays the coroner, I just want to go back and talk about him a little
Who's like
bit.
always eating sandwiches over
Yeah,
dead bodies, and everyone else is like, oh, and he's just like snacking away.
he's so
It's
good.
like,
Or like carrying a plate away from the party. Both of him and his
yeah,
wife carrying full
yeah.
plates away from the party. I'm like, yeah, you rule, man.
Margaret's like,
Um,
do you need a doggy bag? They're like, no, good party, Margaret. And like shuffling away with their giant plates of food as fast as they can.
but he's just another one of those guys who just turns up in so many of those films as like the irritating like busybody
Yes,
or whatever.
yes,
You know, he's
yes,
just like
yes.
built for that shit. Um, love it. Yeah, sorry, go on.
So a couple of John Goodman facts.
Hmm.
So the sound of the spider being crushed by John Goodman, uh, I didn't know this term. Foley artists,
Yes,
I guess are they sound
they are
sound
sign pit.
artists?
Yep.
Okay. So was made by the Foley artist crushing a couple of potato chips.
Oh, interesting. Nice. I love it.
And then he gave an interview in GQ and he let it slip that while they were filming a long shot of his character driving the exterminator truck, Steven Spielberg was in the passenger side footwell out of view of the camera, just like hanging out, like while they're filming, and like they said to John Goodman, like only we will know that I was here, and like I just love those little like things that happen in movies.
It's like, if I still haven't finished, I haven't sort of watched the season, or sorry, the episode two of the Charlie Sheen thing, but
Uh-huh.
in episode one, he talks about like how he couldn't keep his eyes open and put an ice cube up
Up
his
his
butt.
up his butt. Yeah. It's like, wow. Like the world does need to know that.
I think
And then they
so.
show you the scene,
Yeah.
and then you're like, wow, like there he is with an ice cube up his butt because he's done so much cocaine and like I didn't know you could do so much coke that like
You couldn't open your eyes
you would go,
anymore.
yeah, yeah, your eyes would close.
Why?
He was probably
Absolutely.
dying, but like whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, it really sounds like he was very close to death on a number of occasions.
Hmm.
Um, any other thoughts or any other things we want to touch on before we
You
start
know,
to?
I just want to okay. I have a little bit of bad news. This happened a couple years ago, 2023, but Julian Sands died
Yep.
and
Oh, yes, of
in
course.
California, yeah, so he went hiking. He used to hike this it's like a Mount Baldy
Yep.
area and he went hiking and there was a snowstorm and they didn't recover him for like 5 months and he
Yep.
ended up passing away because of the elements. So
Yeah,
just
I've
mo
done that hike and it's pretty mad.
that's right.
Yeah.
You live just that don't do dangerous things, Andy Young.
Okay.
That nope, nope.
Okay, fine.
Um, also, the opening sequence was filmed at Angel Falls, in Canaima National Park, in
Okay.
Venezuela, and that's what they named the town, the California town. They named
Okay.
it Canaima after that. So I thought that was a cool little fun fact.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Um,
And I'm
yeah.
sad that we're not going to see more Julian Sands in anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He rocks. He's like an engaging presence and like he
Yeah.
is um quite magnetic, I think, as well. He really kind of draws you in a
Yes.
really kind of
Yes.
great way. And like he really kind of centers the early part of that film as well in a really wonderful
Agreed.
way.
Agreed.
Yeah. Um so do you have any more thoughts or should we move on to our final couple of wee sections, I guess? Yeah, definitely
I
a couple of wee sections.
think, let me just check my notes. I think we can move on.
Okay.
Oh, no, no.
Got it on.
Well, this is kind of cool. So the
Hit
production
me.
reached out to a prop shop
Uh-huh.
to build like Big Bob. So they needed a 15-inch mechanical Big Bob double, and
Okay.
it was created by Jamie Hyneman, who is on Mythbusters.
Sorry, give that to me again, please.
So Jamie Hyneman is on. Did you guys do you watch Mythbusters?
Yeah, I'm aware of
Okay.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So he created the doubles, the I guess, but body doubles double body spider.
I see.
I don't
Okay.
know how to say that.
Because I think I was aware that those guys were special effects guys, but I didn't know the stuff
Yes.
they actually worked on. So
Yeah.
that rocks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Love it. Very
Yep.
cool.
And
Very cool.
spiders do not scream.
They don't what? I don't know.
No. At the very end, there's like shooting the spider with a nail gun
Like
and like, yeah, and
it comes
they
out, it's
don't
on fire
actually.
and stuff.
It does. It like runs after him,
Eh,
but yeah, they don't scream.
I don't know, Beth.
So
I watched a movie called Arachnophobia and the spider did scream,
okay,
so
well, you're right. You're right. You're
I
probably
might have to
right.
agree to
Because everything.
disagree on that one.
Okay,
Um,
we can move along.
all right, I love it. So, say two more things.
Yes.
Obviously, A number one, too legit to fit. Who had the best outfit in the movie? Beth, what do you want? What are your thoughts on this? I
I think it's
obviously
the
have an answer.
okay, I think it's the coroner.
I think it's John Goodman.
Oh, I was either those are my two choices, and
Yeah.
I always want to like
Carter's
guess.
good. Shy.
Yeah, yeah, because
He's got those
it's
like high pants that I like
high
and
pants and the
braces.
floral shirts and yeah, the
Yeah.
suspenders and the sandwich. I don't know, but John Goodman, yeah, in his exterminator
And he
outfit.
literally only one. He's got like, well, no, that's not true. He's got his exterminator outfit and his super exterminator outfit.
Yeah, yeah,
But like, they both kind of rule.
yeah,
It's also the baseball cap with like the hair coming out of it. It's just a great look as well.
yeah, yeah. Agreed.
Uh, love it. Okay, so just rendering judgment on this. So for you, is it a revisit, a remember, a refuse, or a redo?
I would absolutely revisit this.
I I'm like halfway house between a revisit and a remember. Like I did
Hmm.
enjoy it, and I'd say it definitely held up, and it was still like thoroughly like it hasn't aged badly or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Um, I think probably I am more revisit. Yeah, it is definitely worth it. I think if you go back, you will enjoy it for sure. And I think it is think the stuff that we talked about, like Goodman, of course, and like the fact that it does have a nice kind of comedy vein running through it that really kind of elevates it amongst other
Yeah,
stuff that I
yeah.
think maybe wouldn't have aged as well. But yeah, a good
Always
time.
nice to meet a colleague.
Exactly. So good. So good. Just anybody with that like over under earned confidence is just
Yes,
give me that
yes.
all day
All day.
long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah, so good. So good. Love it. All right. Um, okay, in that case, time to move on to our final wee section. Beth, what has been bringing you joy this week?
Honestly, watching Jimmy Kimmel come back
Yeah, it's nice.
last and watching like he gave a 28-hour monologue or
28,
something.
28 hour.
Yeah, or sorry, minute, 28
I
hour.
was like, go, Jimmy. Yeah, 28 minutes. I saw it. I saw that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, have I lost Beth? No.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost you for a minute there.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Shall we do like I'll do it. Let's give it 3 seconds of silence and then we can restart.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, 28 minute.
28-minute, not hour. I would
28
have
minute
listened
hour.
to 28 hours of Jimmy Kimmel, but
That's
yeah,
lovely.
he's done like 4,000. He's been doing that show for like 23 years. He's done over 4,000
23?
episodes. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, I had
Yeah.
no idea. I had no idea it was that
Yeah.
long.
And like everyone keeps bringing up the fact that he was on the Man Show. Do you remember the Man
I
Show?
do.
So it had like ladies jumping on trampolines and like everyone had beer and it was like really, 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 not something that I know he's not proud of that. He's grown from that and like he's just like a decent human being. So it
Yeah,
was really good to see uh him back on screen and ABC and Disney making the right decisions. So,
absolutely.
and fuck the FCC.
Yeah, fuck the FCC exactly. Yeah, I for me it has been there's a game called Death Stranding 2 that I've been playing that I'm loving. So how do I couch this? So do you know have you heard of the Metal Gear Solid games?
Yes.
Okay, so the guy that kind of creates those games, he is probably the closest thing I'd say video games has to like having like an auteur director, and by that I mean somebody who is working in weird areas, but is also has an enormous budget to play with. Like there's tons of still cool stuff that goes on in gaming, but loads of like really interesting ideas and how they're adapted really, really interesting ways. But he has blockbuster money and creates really insane works of art. So like
Awesome.
this is what Death Stranding 2 is. It's essentially you are a porter. You're in like a post-apocalyptic world where basically the dead have come back to life and you are living in a world where that is what everybody has to contend with, and everybody has like clustered together in these like underground sort of like bunkers, and you're this porter who's kind of got bringing stuff to them. So it's this like really kind of desolate outside world, but it's like really kind of beautiful in a lot of ways and really kind of like insane. So like as a sort of like sliver, it's tough to talk about it in any meaningful way without like going down multiple rabbit holes. So
Mhm.
instead, what I will do is I'll tell you about something that happened to me just a few days ago, which is on a recent mission, I was driving to a place. I knew I was going to an animal sanctuary, I knew. And on the way to the animal sanctuary, we had a firestorm where flaming dolphins came down onto the ground and set the forest on fire. I had to make my way through a flaming forest to rescue a kangaroo, which I did. I then brought the kangaroo to the animal sanctuary and I was greeted by, do you know there's a band called Churches in real life? Okay, I was greeted by the band Churches who were running the
What the
animal sanctuary.
fuck?
And they accepted the animal in, and I was like, okay, cool. And that is
Did you
just
say flaming dolphins?
yeah.
Huh. I like this.
The theme of the kind of theme of how this apocalypse has happened is that the kind of world of the undead is like it's called the beach, and everybody has their own beach. So all of the theming is around like sea animals. So like you'll get a lot. There are like these things where you're kind of like breaching, you're kind of like, intermingling between worlds, and like basically when that happens, all this kind of black tar covers the ground, and like whales will jump out and they're covered in tar. And it's insane. It's insane.
Wow. I love it.
It's cool, so cool. I love it, and it's like such a wonderful world to spend time in, both in terms of like I love, I like a job well done. So like getting a delivery and everybody's like, you did a good job. There's no damage on it. I'm like, yes. So it's great. I absolutely love it.
Well done, Andy.
Yeah. Yes. That's great. But yeah. So yeah, so
Good.
that has been bringing me joy over the past couple of weeks. It has become any free sort of time I have, which has not been loads, that's what it's been spent with recently.
Good use.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think that's it. Any other thoughts, Beth, or can you tell everybody where they can find us?
You can find us at bendypodcast.com and send us your recommendations for movies that you want us to chat about.
Please do. All right, folks. In that case, as always, we'd like to remind you to
Stay
stay bendy. Do the sculling spider noise at the
I
end.
know.
All right. We love you.
We love you.
Bye bye.